Hey second grade friends, I'm here at the barn today with some of my barnyard friends. Here's one of them, Buddy. Say hi, Buddy. Hey, Buddy. Buddy and I and some of the other guys here at the barn have been talking about all the different ways that we can add two-digit numbers. Do you remember some of those ways? Well, we're getting ready to review those. Are you ready? All right, what about you? Are you ready? Oh, I think Buddy looks excited. All right, here we go. Hey guys, I'm here with another one of my barnyard friends, Pippi. Say hi, Pippi. Pippi's all dressed up like Princess Poppy from Trolls, and she was just telling me her favorite way to do two-digit addition problems. She likes to use the hundreds chart. Do you remember how to use the hundreds chart to do a two-digit addition problem? Method 1, the hundreds chart. We're going to be looking at this equation today, 43 plus 38. Let's pull out our hundreds chart. So I have found a hundreds chart on my computer by simply doing a Google image search. So for those of you out there that want to use a hundreds chart, this is a great place to look. I didn't have any here because I left all of mine at school. Okay, so once again, we are looking at this equation, 43 plus 38. I am going to start on the 43 on my hundreds chart. And because there is a 3 in the ones place, I should be able to find the 43 in the threes column. Here it is. Okay, do you remember when I taught you that you can put the word 2 above a two-digit number? And that will help you remember which is the tens and which is the ones. Since there are 3 tens in the next number, I am going to go down 3. 1, 2, 3. And because I have 8 ones in the other number, I am going to go over 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the answer that I have landed on is 81. So that means the answer to 43 plus 38 is 81. Would it be okay for me to start on 38 and add 43? Sure, because of the commutative property, I should get the same answer. So 38 plus 43 should equal 81. Let's see. I'm going to start on 38. I should be able to find 38 in the eights column because there are 8 ones in 38. Here it is. Now this time I'm going to go down 4 and over 3 because there are 4 tens and 3 ones. So I'm going to go down 4, 2, 3, 4, and over 3. 1, 2, 3. Once again, 81 is the answer. Why can I do it either way? Yes, because it's a flip-flop, also known as what property? Great, the commutative property. Hey friends, I'm here with another one of my buddies at the barnyard. This is Fudge. And Fudge was just telling me that he really likes to break apart numbers when he's adding two-digit numbers. Do you remember how to break apart two-digit numbers? Can you remind us how, Fudge? Method 2, breaking apart numbers. Once again, we are looking at this equation, 43 plus 38. Or we could also say 38 plus 43 because of the commutative property. So I've gone ahead and written down 43 plus 38 on my whiteboard, and I'm going to break apart these numbers. In order to do that, I need to remind myself which numbers are in the tens and which numbers are in the ones place. So I'm going to start by writing my little cheat, the word 2, above both of these numbers. to help me remember which one's the tens and which one's the ones. If I have 4 tens, that means the 4 is worth what? 40, right. And 3 ones would be worth 3. So I'm going to draw a line down, and I'm going to say that my 4 is worth 40 and my 3 is worth 3. What about 38? My 3 is worth how much? 30, right. And my 8 is worth 8. So I'm going to go ahead and write those down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my tens together. This can be done mentally. So I'm going to add 40 and 30 together. If I add 40 and 30 together, I know 4 plus 3 is 7. So 40 plus 30 is 70. So I'm going to write that down first. Now I'm going to add my ones together. My 3 and my 8. And 3 plus 8 is 11. Great. So I'm going to write down 11. So now I have a new equation. And because my 70 is a 10, that means that it's easier to work with. Now I can just say, what is 7 plus 1? 8. Great. And 0 plus 1? 1. So once again, I have come up with the answer, 81. Would it be okay for me to do 38 plus 43 in the same way, breaking apart numbers? Absolutely. And why is that? The commutative property, of course. Hey guys, I'm here with another one of my barnyard friends. This is Squeala. Squeala. She was telling me that she also loves to do two-digit addition, but she likes to use place value, using the tens and ones to add two-digit numbers. Do you remember doing that? Well, Squeala is excited to remind you, aren't you, Squeala? Method 3, place value. That was Squeala. I think she might be my favorite, but don't tell anyone. I wouldn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So on this board, I have gone ahead and written our numbers, 43 plus 38. And I have our tens and ones chart there as well. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write the word 2 above both numbers so that I can remember which one is in the tens place and which one is in the ones place. All right, so in the number 43, I have a 4 in the tens place, which means I have 4 tens. The first thing I'm going to do is represent 4 tens. Do you remember how we draw tens? Sticks, that's right. So I'm going to draw 4 sticks to represent 4 tens. And since there's a 3 in the ones place, I'm going to draw 3 ones. Do you remember how we represent ones? Circles, right. I'm going to draw 3 circles. So as you can see, I have 4 tens and 3 ones. I'm going to do the same thing with the number 38. I'm going to draw 3 tens because there's a 3 in the tens place, and 8 ones because there are 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic. So does everyone see? All right. Now all I'm going to do is count how many 10 sticks I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 10 sticks. And that makes what? 70. Exactly. So I'm going to write the number 70 down. Now I'm going to count how many ones I have. If I count those, you should count 11. So I'm going to put plus 11. So now, once again, I have a number like this. 70 plus 11. When working with tens, it's much easier to add. So all I'm going to do, just like in the last one, is I'm going to add my 7 tens and my 1 10 together, and that's going to give me an 8. and I'm going to add my 0 ones and my 1 1 together. And that, once again, will give me 81. Now, for those of you that remember how to regroup, that will make it even easier. What happens if I have more than 10 ones? Great, I hope you said we can give them to the tens place. So I'm going to bundle 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's going to leave me with just one little one left over. So I've taken all those and I'm going to move them to the tens place, which means I'm going to have to draw an extra stick because those are no longer ones. They are now tens. So now I have 8 tens, which is 80. And I have one little only one right here all by itself. So 80 plus 1, of course, is 81. And so now we have done Squilla's method of tens and ones using place value. Now I'm here with the king of the farm. This is Lad. Look at Lad. So this is Lad, and Lad has been telling me all about how he loves to use the open number line when it comes to adding 2-digit numbers. Do you remember doing that? Method 4, the open number line. All right, so it's time to try King Laddie's way. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've written our equation and our open number line. Does anybody remember why there are arrows on both ends of my open number line? I bet I heard someone say that the numbers go on forever in both directions, and you are exactly right. Today, I'm going to start on the number 43, but would it be okay to start on 38? Yes, because of the commutative property. It tells us that it doesn't matter the order of the add-ins, we'll always get the same answer. So I'm going to start on 43. And I'm going to put 43 all the way to the left because I know as I go to the right, my numbers get higher. And that is exactly what should happen when you are adding. So I'm going to start on 43. Now, I'm done with 43, so I'm going to circle it so I don't forget that. So now I'm going to look at the 38, and I'm going to draw or write, the word 2 above it to remind myself tens and ones. The first thing I'm going to do is jump my tens. Which number is in the tens place? The 3, great. So I'm going to start by jumping 3 tens. Now I can do this individual tens or I can do all 30 at the same time. I think I'll just go ahead and jump all 30 at the same time. So if I jump 3 tens, I have actually jumped 30. And if I add 4 plus 3, this 4 and this 3, I get 7. But my ones don't change because I am not adding any ones. 3 plus 0 is still 3. So when I jump, I land on 73. But am I finished? No, I have done my tens, so I'm going to X those out, but I still have 8 ones. I can jump those all together, or I can break it into parts. I think I'll break it into parts to get to a whole 10. So if I'm on 73, what would be the next 10? 80. Very good. And I know that 73 is how far from 80? 7, exactly. So I'm going to start by jumping 7 ones. And that should land me on 80. But if I've only jumped 7 ones and I need to jump 8, how many more ones do I still need to jump? 1, exactly. So I'm going to jump 1 more. And 80 plus 1 is 81. And 81 would be my answer. So 43 plus 38 equals 81. Some of you were so good, you could show me multiple ways to use the open number line. I can't wait to see what you can do. Method 5, stacking with and without regrouping. Okay, so now that we have talked about Pippi, Squeala, Fudge, and Laddie's ways, I would like to remind you of my favorite way, and that is just the stacking method. All right, so once again, same equation. I am going to stack my numbers 43 plus 38. I want to make sure that my numbers are in line and stacked straight on top of each other. So I have gone ahead and drawn a line right down the middle. So remember, start on the right and you will be right, just like I always told you. So I'm going to start with 8 plus 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. So I'm going to write 11 here. But there's a problem. Most of you have probably already caught it. You cannot have a 10 in the ones place. So I'm going to mark out my 10. Am I going to throw it away? No, because that'd be like throwing a $10 bill out the window, and we don't do that. So I'm going to give it to the tens. So I'm going to carry it to the other side, which we call regrouping. So now I'm going to add my tens place. 4 plus 3 is 7, and I'm not going to forget my little 1 up here, and that makes it 8. So my answer is 81. Once again, if I want to start with a 38 and add the 43, that should also work because of the commutative property, of course. So I am going to show you how that works. So once again, I had a 3 and an 8 here, but here I have an 8 and a 3. But they both make 11, so I'm going to write my 11 down, but I can't have a 10 in the ones place. So I'm going to mark him out and not throw him away. I'm going to move him to the tens place. And now I have 3 plus 4 is 7 plus 1 is 8. Either way, you got the same answer. I thought it was only fair to include my favorite way too. What's yours? It's that time again. It's time for your challenge. For this challenge, I'm going to give you two-digit equations, and I'm going to ask that you show me as many ways as you can to solve these equations. And I'm going to give you 3 points for every single way that you show me. So for instance, if you show me 5 ways to do number 1, I'm going to give you 15 points. And if you show me 3 ways to do number 3, I'm going to give you 9 more points. So the more ways that you show me, the more points that you get. Are you ready to see your challenge? Is the suspense killing you? All right, here they are. You have 27 plus 55 and 62 plus 19. Don't forget to have your parents take pictures of your work so that I can see them and give you the points. G1, G3, G5, and G6. Hope you guys have a great day. See you next time.